Today's thought is, if the path is beautiful, ask where it leads to. But if destination is beautiful, never mind about the path. Keep walking. Good morning, students. I hope all of you are safe and fit at home. Students, your SE1 exams are over now. Get back to your studies again from today onwards. Go through your respective subject online lectures and submit your homework on time. So, wake up on time and have your previous schedule back on track. This video is for the students of class 8, subject English. So today we are going to cover one chapter of our textbook, that is our Honeydew. This is our chapter number 6. The name of the chapter is This is Jody's Fawn. Fawn means a young deer. It is written by none other than the famous writer Marjorie Cannon Rawlings. This is my lecture number 1 of the same chapter. This chapter is taken from Honeydew book. So today in this video we are going to cover the detailed explanation and word meanings of this chapter. This chapter will be completed in 2 lectures. Before start reading the chapter in detail, let us know about the author first. Marjorie Cannon Rawlings was born on August 8, 1896 at Washington, D.C. in United States. She died on December 14, 1993 at the age of 57 at Augustine, Florida in USA. Her genre of writing was fiction and Florida history. Her best known work is The Yearling. She won a Pulitzer Prize for fiction in 1939. So this is all about the author. So before start reading the chapter in detail, first of all let's see what are the main objectives of this chapter. Number 1 is to develop the sympathetic attitude towards animals. Number 2 is to develop sharing spirit. Number 3 is to develop their comprehension skills. Number 4 is to develop their vocabulary. Number 5 is to develop reading skills. So these are the main objectives of the chapter. So now let's see what are the main key points of the chapter. Jody's father was beaten by a rattlesnake. Though the mother of Fawn was killed to save his father's life, he pursued his father and mother to bring the Fawn at home. He did not want to leave the Fawn to starve. Starve means to die from hunger. He did not like to share his emotion with anybody else or with anyone else. If the Fawn is found, he would be very happy. If not found, he would be very unhappy. So whatever the care, if would be vain, like to share it by himself. So these are the main key points of the chapter. So before start reading the chapter, let's see the introduction first. The lesson, This is Jody's Fawn, is written by Marjorie Cannon Rawlings, revolves around the fawn whose mother was killed to use its liver and heart to extract poison out of Jody's father, Penny, and save his life after a snake bite. It begins with Jody convincing his pa to bring the fawn home and raise it, then his mother, and then finally going with meal wheel. Meal wheel means a wheel used to drive a water mill, to search for it. For it means the fawn. The lesson takes you through Jody's journey from finding the phone till taking it home with him. So, this was a small introduction about the chapter. This chapter is divided into 3 parts. So, now let's see part 1 to know about what was happened with the phone. So, students, let's start reading the chapter in detail. Before you read the chapter, just think about one thing. Often, instead of rushing to the doctor to treat a small cut or burn, we find quick or effective cures, means treatments, using things available at home. Can you think of some such home remedies for? Home remedies means home treatments. A cut on your knee, a burn on your arm, a bee sting. In this story, Jody's father has been bitten by a rattlesnake. He quickly kills a doe. Doe means female deer, and uses its heart and liver to draw out the poison from the body. Jody wonders what will happen to the little fawn left without a mother. So let's see what is there in the chapter to know about what was happened with the fawn. Jody allowed his thoughts to drift back. Drift back means to go back to the phone. He could not keep it out of his mind. He had held it in his dreams in his arms. Means Jody could not help but think about the phone again and again, no matter how much he tried not to think about him. But the dreams was coming again and again. He held him in his arms in his dreams. Or we can say, the thoughts of the phone kept on haunting Jody's mind. He slipped from the table. Slipped means got up, and he is Jody. He slipped from the table and went to his father's bedside. Penny lay at rest. Jody finally got up from the table to go his father's bedside where his father, Penny, was resting. His eyes were open and clear, but the pupils were still dark and dilated. His means Penny's eyes were open and seemed clear, but the pupils were still dark and enlarged. Dilated means enlarged. Jody said, "How are you feeling, Pa?" Then Jody asked his father how he was feeling. "Just fine, son. Old Death has gone thieving elsewhere, but wasn't it a close shave?" Close shave means a narrow escape. His father replied that he felt just fine. He further added that it was a narrow escape from death, which seems to have gone stealing elsewhere. "I agree," means Jody agreed. Penny said, "I am proud of you, boy, the way you kept your head and did what was needed." Kept your head means stayed calm in a difficult situation. Penny expressed how proud he was of Jody for how he did not lose his cool and did what was necessary while staying calm. Or we can say Jody talks to Penny. Penny is father of Jody. The thoughts of the phone kept on haunting Jody's mind. He quietly went to his father's bedside. He asked him how he was feeling. Then he asked him to think about the phone. Penny gives his permission. "Pa, yes, son. Pa, do you recollect the doe and the phone? I can never forget them. The poor doe saved me, that is certain. Pa, the phone may be out there yet. It might be hungry and very scared. I suppose so. Pa, I am a big boy now and don't need to drink milk. Why don't I go and see if I can find the phone and bring it here and raise it?" Penny lay quiet staring at the ceiling. Means he then asked his father if he still remembered the doe and the phone. To which Penny replied that he can never forget about the poor doe that saved his life. Jody expressed his concern regarding the fawn who might still be out there, hungry and frightened as he was separated from his mother. His father agreed. Jody further adds that he can take care of him and he does not need to drink milk as he is a grown up boy now. You are smarter than the boys of your age. We took its mother and it wasn't to blame. Surely it seems ungrateful to leave it to starve. Son, I can't say no to you. I never thought I had leave to see another day. Can I ride back to Mile Wheel and see if I can find it? Tell your mother I said you can go. He asked his father if he could go and look out for the fawn. His father asked if Jody wanted to bring the fawn at their place too, which Jody agreed and added that he wanted to raise it too. Now let's see the complete explanation. As his father looked at the ceiling, he expressed how Jody has put him in a situation where he is unable to say no. Jody tried to convince him further by pointing out that it would not require a lot of efforts to raise it and it will soon grow up to eat leaves and acorns. Acorns means small brown nuts. Penny added how Jody was brighter than the boys of his age. Jody mentioned that it was them who took its mother and now it will suffer because of them, even though it is not to be blamed. His father expressed how ungrateful it would be to let him starve. Penny could not say no to Jody, as he had lost all hope of living to see another day. Jody asked his father if he could ride back with Mealwheel to try and find the phone. His father agreed and told Jody to convey to his mom that he has given him the required permission. He settled back to table and sat down. His mother was pouring coffee for everyone. Settled back means walked back quietly. Means Jody went back to the table in a manner to avoid getting noticed. He said, Ma, Pa says I can go bring back the phone. She held the coffee pot in mid-air. What phone? Means he told his mother while she poured coffee for everyone that his father has given him permission to bring the phone. On hearing this, she paused and held the coffee pot in the air and asked, which phone is he talking about? The phone belonging to the doe we killed. We used the doe's liver to draw out the poison and save Pa. She grasped. Well, for pity's sake. Jody informs her mother that he intends on bringing the phone that belonged to the doe they killed to save his father's life. He further explained that they used doe's liver to extract poison to save his father. Pa says it would be ungrateful to leave it to starve. Starve means to die in hunger. Jody told her mother that his father thinks it would be ungrateful of them to let the phone starve, to let the phone die due to hunger. So the complete explanation is Jody talks to his mother. Jody came to table and sat down very quietly. The mother was pouring coffee in the cups. She was taken aback when Jody talked of bringing the phone home. Seeing the mother reluctant means unwillingness, Jody told what his father has said. He said that Penny had said it would be ungrateful to leave the phone to starve. Dr. Wilson said, "That is right, ma'am. Nothing in the world comes quite free. The boy's right and his daddy's right. Melville said he can ride back with me. I will help him find it." She set down the pot helplessly. "Well, if you will give it your milk, we have got nothing else to feed it." Melville said, "Come on, boy, we have got it, get riding." Ma Baxter asked anxiously, "You will not be gone longer?" Jody said, "I will be back before dinner for sure." Means Dr. Wilson kept his view forward by agreeing with what Jody and his father said. He thought both of them were right. He further added that there is nothing you can get from the world for free. Melville volunteered to give Jody a ride and help him find the phone. On hearing all this, Jody's mother felt helpless as she sat down. Even though she was not in favor of it, she knew they were right and thus agreed if Jody would give the phone his share of milk, as they had nothing else to feed it. As soon as his mother agreed, Melville asked Jody to come along and said that they needed to go. Jody's mother, Baxter, quite uneasily asked for reassurance that he will not be gone for long. Jody replied that he would be back before dinner for sure. So let's see the complete explanation of the paragraphs. Before the mother could say anything, Dr. Wilson spoke. He told Jody's mother that nothing in the world comes quite free. He meant that they must pay something price for having taken the life of dog. Here, the price was to raise the fawn. Melville chipped in. He offered to take Jody on his horse to the forest. The mother felt helpless. She only told Jody that he could give the fawn his milk. She would not give him anything else to feed the fawn. Jody mounted Melville's horse. Mounted means climbed. Means Melville climbed his horse and helped Jody sit behind him. "Do you think he is still there?" Means Jody asked Melville if he thinks that the phone would still be there and if he will help Jody in finding him. "We will find him if he is alive." "How do you know it is a he?" Melville assured him that they would find the phone if it was alive. However, he asked Jody how he knew it was a male. The spots were all in a line. On a doe fawn passes, the spots are every which way. Means Jody told Melville that he is sure because his spots were all in a line. His father had told him that a doe fawn or a female deer has spots in different directions. So now let's see the complete explanation. Jody goes with Melville. Melville mounted means climbed his horse. He set Jody behind him on the horse. Jody assured his mother, Ma Baxter, that he would be back before dinner. Now Melville asked Jody how he knew that the fawn was a male. Jody said that the spots on the fawn were all in a line. This indicated that the fawn was a male because a female deer has spots in different directions. So now let's read the story of part 2 to know about what was happened with the fawn and how did Jody save the fawn. Jody gave himself over to thoughts of to the fawn. They passed the abandoned clearing. Abandoned means left, clearing means open space in the forest. He said, cut to the north, meal wheel. It was up here that Pa got bitten by the snake and killed the doe and I saw the fawn. Means Jody engaged himself in the thinking about the fawn. They crossed a deserted piece of land in the forest. Jody gave directions as he told Mealwheel to turn towards the north, where Penny got beaten by a rattlesnake or by a snake. He had killed the doe and seen the fawn there only. Suddenly, Jody was unwilling to have Mealwheel with him. Means, all of a sudden, Jody became unwilling to be with Mealwheel. If the fawn was dead or could not be found, he could not have his disappointment see. Means, he wondered if the fawn was dead or could not be found, he did not want Mealwheel to see his disappointment. And if the fawn was there, the meeting would be so lovely and so secret that he could not endure to share it. Endure means handle. Means if he found the fawn, the union would be so lovely and personal that he could not bring himself to share it. Now let's see the complete explanation. Jody wants to be alone. Once in the forest, Jody wanted Mealwheel to go back. He wanted to be alone with the fawn. There were two reasons for that. First, it was possible that Jody might not get the fawn, for the fawn might have died or be not found. In that case, he would not like Mealwheel to see his disappointment. Secondly, if he met the fawn, the meeting would be very lovely and secret. He would not like to share it with anyone else. He said it is not far now, but the bush is very thick for a horse. I can make it on foot. Means Jody told Mealwheel that the point where he saw the fawn is not very far now. Jody suggested that he would go on by foot as the scrubs ahead are very thick for a horse. But I am afraid to leave you, boy. Suppose you got lost or got bitten by the snake too. Means Mealwheel was afraid to leave Jody alone as what would happen if he got lost or bitten by a snake too. I will take care. It might take me a long time to find the fawn. If he is wandered, means roamed, leave me off right here. Means Jody assures him that he will handle it and also that it might take a while for him to find the fawn in case he is wandered further. He told Mealwheel to leave him nearby. Alright, but you take it easy now. You know north here and east. Means Mealwheel follows his direction and advises him to take it easy. He asks Jody if he is aware where the north and east was. There and there that tall pine makes a bearing. Jody told him by pointing out the directions that he knows and that the tall pine acts as a compass that helps in identifying directions. That's all for today. The remaining summary I shall cover in the next lecture. Students, you have to complete your homework on the basis of the chapter explained by me. And your homework is read chapter 6, that is, this is Jody's phone, and write word meanings mentioned in the video. Based on the understanding of the chapter, write the answers of the questions mentioned in the book Honeydew as page number 90, comprehension check, question number 1 to 4. Page number 91, comprehension check, question number 1 and 2. Dear students, you have to complete this homework in your English Fair notebook by following the correct format. Students, you have to write the meanings of the following words in your English Fair notebook. Number 1 is slipped. Number 2 is dilated. Number 3 is econs. Number 4 is mountained. Number 5 is abandoned. Still many students are not having their Honeydew book with them. So here in this video, I have mentioned your homework in detail. So let's see comprehension check, which is on page number 90. Question number 1 is, what had happened to Jody's father? Question number 2 is, how did the doe save Penny's life? Question number 3 is, why does Jody want to bring the phone home? Question number 4 is, how does Jody know that the phone is a male? So now let's see comprehension check, which is on page number 91. Question number 1 is, Jody did not want Millville with him for 2 reasons. What were they? Question number 2 is, why was Millville afraid to leave Jody alone? Students, if you like our videos, then hit on the like button and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you and have a nice day.